Hello thinkers, this is Miss V and we are back into your guided notes. This is Q1 Unit 2 guided notes 2.1, and here we're going to talk about the religions of the world. This is the unit called Comparative Belief System, so let's go. Okay, so these are your unit goals as you see here. More than likely it's going to be looking at the similarities and differences between these world religions, specifically in this case Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, because they had a big impact on the world, but also looking at other religions of the ancient civilizations such as Africa, and of the Amerindians or Native American people such as the Maya, Inca, and Aztec societies. Okay, so here we go. So what is religion? As you see here, it's a cause or principle or system of beliefs, okay, usually towards some form of a deity, okay, or it's a set of beliefs in an ultimate reality that is with those set of practices used to express those beliefs towards some form of supernatural deity or superhuman deity, or even some form of natural deity. Okay, all right, so why are we studying about religion? What's so important about it? It's basically how humans exist, right? And they make us we make us some form of sense out of understanding why we're here. That's one of the biggest questions, the two biggest questions that we have in our existence in terms of philosophical questions are: why are we here and where are we going, right? And those two questions really, there's really no scientific explanation as to why we're here, and there's no scientific explanation as to where we're going. So in effort to understand more about those questions, humans have created a belief system to make sense of understanding why we're here, and it also acts as a moral compass and an ethical guide, or you know, a way of life to understand of our behaviors and how we want to be what we understand as good people, right? And making that a defining element in our cultures and society. All right. Okay, so how was religion spread throughout the world? Well, diffusion of religion. Diffusion means a movement, right? Going back and forth movement throughout the world was caused by many factors such as migration, missionary work, trade, and war. Of course, because war, in war, someone has to force their belief system or their religion on someone else, and that's how it spread, right? So some of the major world religions such as Buddhism, Christianity, and Islam were three major religions that spread their religions through missionary activities and also war. Okay, not so much Buddhism, but definitely Christianity and Islam. Okay, other religions such as Hinduism, Sikhism, and Judaism usually are born into those religions. You are an ethnic group, you are a part of an ethnicity, and your ethnicity, you are born into that belief system, okay, because of who you are. So it depends on how, you know, the structure of the religion in terms of where it was founded. It depends on how that shaped the world and how it was spread throughout the world. Okay, so these are terms in religion, and as we go along, you know, most of that is on your guided notes. We'll take a look at those main words that you need to know in world religions that's going to be mentioned often. Monotheism is one of them. This is the belief in the existence of one God or deity, or the oneness of that one deity. Okay, the oneness, just that oneness of that deity. So there's several religions that practice monotheism. The ones that we really know, or the major ones, are Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Okay, those are the major religions that practice monotheism, and they're also known as the Abrahamic religions. Okay, and we'll talk more about that a little bit later. The Baha'i faith, Rastafarianism, Zoroastrianism, Sikhism, Voodoo, and Ekanikar are also monotheistic religions. Okay, So they all have that existence in one deity or one God as their faith or their belief system. Okay. Polytheism is a belief in existence in more than one God. So there were religions like the Olmecs, the Aztecs, as you see here, the Maya, the Inca, Egyptians, Romans, Norse, the Sumerians, the Greeks. As you see here, many of those ancient civilizations all were polytheistic in their beliefs. And many of their gods or their deities were attributed to some form of nature or behaviors, such as war, the sun, the moon, the water, love. Depends on the culture. So, you know, they shaped their deities around things that were natural to them, and not things that they felt they saw as humans and in the earth, right? So Shinto, Confucianism, Hinduism, Taoism or Taoism, a form of Buddhism, as you see here, Mahayana, Santeria, and other indigenous religions in Africa and Americas are polytheistic, meaning that they have the existence of more than one deity. Okay. So non-theistic and pantheistic. Non-theistic is a belief that there is no God per se, or no deity, and those, because there is no God or deity that they believe in or they attribute to, those deities do not impact. There's nothing for them to, there's no supreme being to impact, you know, how a person should live their life. They just follow a certain doctrine on how they feel, you know, their life should be, or their life should be lived. Okay. And that's a non-theistic religion. Now, a pantheistic religion identifies that the universe is a manifestation of that deity, or the deity itself is the universe, or they actually believe or admit to or tolerate all of the gods that in the world, right? All of the human man-made, I wouldn't say man-made, all of the human configurations of a deity that has been developed, right? So examples of a non-theistic religion, as you see here, is Hinduism, Confucianism, Taoism or Taoism, and Jainism, which is a sect or a offshoot of Hinduism. Now there are some pantheistic belief systems here, as you see, from the Hindu, Buddhist, ancient Middle Eastern, African doctrines. However, it's very hard to pinpoint a religion per se that is pantheist, because they do tolerate all gods. They just see the universe as a manifestation for everything, or that beingness. So they really don't have a system per se. Okay. Alright, a tenet and a sect. A tenet is a belief, a doctrine or principle believed to be held true and is common by the members of that particular group. So in this case, Muslims who practice Islam, the religion Islam, have 5 tenets, but they're known as 5 pillars, right, of Islam. And you see the picture here. Okay, so those 5 pillars are the doctrines and the principles that they have to keep up to be in belief or to be in practice with the Islamic faith, right? Making sure that there's no God but Allah, that's one. Praying 5 times a day, as you see here. Giving charity to the poor or those in need. Fasting during Ramadan. And making a pilgrimage or a trip to Mecca, which is called a Hajj. So things like that are called tenets. In this case, in Islam, it's called the pillars, the 5 pillars. Now, also, there's sect, okay? And that's a subdivision within a religion, okay? Because they have their own distinct beliefs and practices. In Islam, again, Islam is divided into 2 subdivisions or 2 sects, okay? There's Sunni and there's Shia. And the reason for their split we'll get into when we're talking about early empires. Also, Christianity has its own sect as Catholicism, early Orthodox or Eastern Orthodox, and Protestantism. And Protestantism itself is divided into many different subdivisions, which I won't get into, as you can see here. Anglican, Baptist, etc. Animism is a belief that spirits inhabit natural objects or forces of nature. So as you see here in this example, the Native American religion, this is showing a face of a human, but also having the body of a bird. So that inhabiting that spirit into such natural things as life, the soil, animals, water, things of that nature is called an animist or animism. Okay, belief system. All right, so let's apply it. Okay. So the question here is, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam all share which of the following beliefs in common? Is it A, all three religions emphasize Jesus as the Messiah? B, all three religions are strictly monotheistic and have a holy book? C, all adherents are required to take a pilgrimage once in their lifetime? Or D, all three religions emphasize spreading their religions and actively seeking new converts? So, if you remember correctly, based on everything that we talked about just so far, you would know that this one is the correct one. All three religions are strictly monotheistic and have a holy book. So, don't forget to go ahead and wick it at the end. We did the apply it. Thank you for listening. I will see you next time in the next guided notes. Bye.